What's going on, YouTube? Today we're talking about should you go to college, and I'm talking about this again because I always get this question. People message me on Discord or they send me emails. They're like, hey, I'm a first-year university student. Should I drop out? Should I drop out and go to boot camp, or should I drop out and be self-taught? Well, first you have to figure out what reasons that you'd want to drop out, and if you can sustain yourself if you do drop out. Are your parents going to kick you out if you drop out of college? I'm pretty sure there are some people that would do that, or they'd start making you pay rent, or, because older people think traditional education is the only way, and there might be some repercussions that you might face if you're going to go down that road. But I can't tell you to stay in school or to drop out of school. Like, that's a huge life decision. You're basically hoping that I would be able to take your entire life experience, apply it to me, and then make that same choice. I can't tell you what to do, but I would look at the value of the degree. Like, what is the value of, what does it cost? How relevant is the courses that you're learning? And do you think that will help you? How long will it take you to get a job to pay that back? If your reason for going to school, I will say this, if your reason for going to college is to go for the college experience, that's pretty much the only thing that a lot of colleges have going for them right now. Oh, just come stay at our college. We have your dorms. It's only $12,000 every quarter, right? And like your college student, you're like, oh, I got loans. Yeah, I got approved for $16,000. So that means I have another $4,000 to spend. Like, obviously they can't do math, right? Because they would have thought this through anyways. But don't go to college for the college experience. Spend that time that you would spend going for a college experience to either really focus on education, do something outside of school, but don't spend it partying every night. You're gonna wake up one day and you're gonna be like, where did my life go? Like, what happened? You're not gonna be able to focus on the degree that you went for, and chances are you're probably gonna start out, oh, I'm an engineer major first year, and then you figure out that you like partying a lot more than you like studying, and now suddenly you're getting a degree in social studies or something like that doesn't have a whole lot of job opportunities out there. And then you graduate and you end up being the guy that works between the doors of Best Buy with the yellow shirt. He's like, welcome, yep, have a good day. Like, the only reason those guys are there to make sure that you're not stealing, because it's statistically proven that if that guy is there, less people steal. Nothing against those guys. I'm just saying that you don't necessarily need a degree to be able to do that. So if you're going to go for the college experience, yeah, networking is good. Meeting people is good. But networking with people that like to party and waste time, if you have really these large goals to better yourself and make it to the higher income brackets of life, then I would think about maybe going to something else or doing something else. I never had the college experience, but I was friends with people that did. They would invite me, hey, come out, come have some drinks with us tonight, and I remember they do it on Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, but they wouldn't go out on Sunday night. They just have like stay-at-home parties or whatever, and then they'd wake up early Monday morning and be like, wow, man, that was crazy. Last night was just so crazy. And I'm over there like, yeah, but I'm trying to do this work right now. I don't really have time for your stories. I really want to pass this class and get a good grade so that I can get a good job. But I was wrong when I thought that too, because getting good grades and having a degree doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get a job. There's a lot of people out there with high-end degrees. When I say high-end degrees, I mean good degrees from good schools that can't get jobs. When I was in high school, there was a guy there. He went to Princeton, and he was a high school teacher, and he was close to my age. And unless he had a scholarship to pay for that school, I know he's going to be working as a high school teacher for a very long time to pay that school back. What I'm saying is, if you go to college, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get a job, and the degree that you have doesn't necessarily mean anything correlated to the pay. Yeah, so the degree that you have doesn't necessarily mean anything when it's correlated to the pay. It's up to you, right? You have to fall back on your own skills, on your own self, to be self-reliant. You're getting paid for your value. Like, how many people can you affect or help a company affect? That is what correlates with your money, and then how quickly can you do that? It's not, hey, I have this piece of paper from X school, now can I have a job that pays me lots of money? That's the mindset a lot of people have, but that's not true at all. It's not any form of guarantee. Oh, I was just filming a vlog. This has like a nice background with the red leaves and stuff.
Pretty.
Yeah. Is it cool?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you're totally fine. I was just like,
yeah.
Yeah, usually, it's pretty shitty if somebody's filming outside. Stuff bad happens.
Oh yeah, no.
And I was just like, oh, cool.
I also get a lot of questions about internships, and I see a lot of comments in the live streams that are like, hey, I landed an unpaid internship. Like, you didn't land anything, because if you can't make that sound like an accomplishment, because basically you're just volunteering. Like, if you're getting approved to waste your time, if you're getting approved to spend your time for free, you should probably think that through, right? You didn't, if you had to compete with people for an unpaid internship, why did you have to compete with other people to volunteer to do something? Like, what, maybe depending on your area that you're in, like if you're in San Francisco or something like that, maybe you have to compete for unpaid internships. But you have to think about it like this, like, they're not paying you for potential value, they're not paying you for your time, they're not paying you anything, so what are they getting, like, what are they valuing you for or at? Like, clearly nothing. So what is the point of them creating a process that you have to go through to get approved to land the unpaid internship, to compete with, like, for what? I don't know. I would really, if they're not going to compensate you for your time that you could be doing something else with to learn and make money and try to freelance, that means they don't respect you. Like, they don't respect you, they don't respect your time, they don't respect your potential value. Like, most times you're doing something, and when you're an intern at a paid company, you're getting paid for potential value. So that'd be my recommendation, would just think about unpaid internship and what that really means. Man, a lot of people are showing up to work. I thought this, like, I've never seen anyone at this building, so it's really awkward, but it makes me uncomfortable to film outside, so I know I have to do it because there's a lot of good views out here. So I would say if you're in high school right now, maybe consider this. Look at all of your options, right? So analyze if you think you can do self-taught, if your parents will let you stay home and be self-taught, or if you have to work a job and you can still be self-taught. A lot of people would do that too. A lot of people do that and they just get a job, or when they're switching careers. There's a lot of self-taught people out there. I would write down all of the colleges that you want to go to. I would write down their programs, figure out how much that costs, and then look at co-boot camps in the area. And then compare the curriculum between what you're going to learn, applicable skills that you're going to use in the job world, job prospects, and then compare that with what you're going to learn at college. Like, do you really need 2 years of art history and English and civil history? I don't know. Like 2 years of that. You're going to be paying for that, right? Is that going to be worth your time? Do you think that's going to be an investment? And again, if you use like the networking and building resources thing, it's probably not the best argument. But I would just look at all three options: self-taught, boot camp, and then college. Like, if you want to get a computer science degree and you think it's going to help you invent something, if your goal is to invent something maybe later, then go for it. If you want to work your way up a corporate ladder into a CTO position and enjoy that nice, comfy CTO salary, and a computer science degree will probably help you in that aspect. If you just want to get your foot in the door and you want to work and you just want to make good money and work and live life and skip the college experience, then go to a co-boot camp. If you want to work and you still want to go do other things and you don't want to pay for a boot camp, you don't have the schedule or the time or any of that, go the self-taught route. Use one of the many resources that I have down in the description. By the way, it helps the channel. But seriously, go the self-taught route if that's what you want to do. I can't tell you what's right for you, what fits your situation, but I would say, consider carefully college and its expenses. And then I've had, this is anecdotal evidence, but I've worked with a few people that have gone to college, and in 1 week, we have done way more than they've done in their entire semester of college. And so you have to think about, like, you go to college, you spend 4 hours in the class, you do homework, and then you're taking a break from it. And you come back, and then you do it again, like, twice a week for 6 months. That's probably not the best way to learn stuff. That's just how we've been doing it for so long, and that's what people know. It's better if you just immerse yourself in it and do that day in and day out. So self-taught, you can come home, do it a couple hours a day, go to work or whatever, do what you need to do. But, consider the three options. Don't, if you know me, I'm like a proponent of not necessarily needing to go to college. Like, you go get an education, that's great, but you need to have some skills. You need to have value. A piece of paper saying that you can pass a test doesn't mean that you're smart. The same goes for, if you fail at a test, it doesn't mean you're dumb. The people who struggle are the ones who come out on top. How did this turn into a motivational speech? What I'm saying is, don't lean on a paper for your value. Lean on yourself for value. So consider the options. Whichever place you think you're going to get the most value out of is the one that you want to go to. So I don't know, that's just my 2 cents on this topic. If this has been helpful for you, maybe hit that little subscribe button. I'd appreciate that. Check the links in the description. There's a whole bunch of learn to become a developer. I'm currently working on my website. It's called grindreal.com. Currently, I'm making that like a resource so people can consider their options when they're considering these things. So similar to this video, it'll talk about, should you do Team Treehouse? Should you do Udemy? Should you do this, X and that? Or what about this code bootcamp? Have you looked at this? So it'll just kind of be a resource for everyone to go and see if it fits what they want. And anyways, that's what I'm working on. I'd also really appreciate it if you go hit me up on that Instagram if you want to see what I'm doing when I'm not talking about just code stuff, because there's more to life than just code. Talking about motivation and whatnot. Joshua Robbins here. I'd appreciate that. So otherwise, guys, I'll see you in the next video.